If you've been using a credit card that earns points or miles, you may already know that those rewards can be a goldmine if used correctly, or just spare change if used the wrong way. The truth is, not all redemptions are created equal. Some people swipe their card for years and only get pennies back, while others manage to fly business class or stay in luxury hotels without spending a dime. Today, we're going to talk about how to redeem credit card points for maximum value, so you can get the most out of every point you earn. Let's start with the basics. Every bank and credit card company has its own reward program. The most well-known ones include Chase Ultimate Rewards, American Express Membership Rewards, Citi Thank You Points, Capital One Miles, and a few others. At first glance, they may look the same. You earn points when you spend, and you can use them later. But here's the catch. A point from one card is not necessarily equal to a point from another. One point might only get you a penny back, while another could unlock 2, 3, or even 5 cents worth of value if you know how to use it. Now, let's go over the main redemption options that most cardholders have. The first and simplest one is cashback or statement credits. This is where you redeem your points to cover part of your bill or deposit money directly back into your account. For most cards, this comes out to around 1 cent per point. So, 10,000 points would give you about $100. It's easy and straightforward, but usually not the best way to maximize value. Another option is gift cards. Banks love to market this because it feels like you're getting something special. But in reality, most gift card redemptions also give you around 1 cent per point, maybe slightly more if there's a special promotion. It's not bad, but it's not exciting either. Then, there are travel portals. These are online platforms run by your bank where you can book flights, hotels, and rental cars directly using your points. For example, if you have a Chase Sapphire Preferred card, your points are worth 1.25 cents each in the Chase Travel Portal. With the Chase Sapphire Reserve, they're worth 1.5 cents each. That means those same 10,000 points now give you $125 to $150 in travel instead of just $100 in cash. It's already better, but we can still do much more. This brings us to the real secret: transferring your points to airline and hotel partners. This is where the magic happens and where people unlock those stories you hear about free business class flights or luxury vacations. Banks like Chase, American Express, Citi, and Capital One all allow you to transfer points into frequent flyer programs or hotel loyalty programs. Here's why this matters. Let's say you want to fly from New York to London. A business class ticket might cost you $1,200 if you pay cash. But if you transfer your points to an airline partner, you might only need 60,000 points to book the same flight. That means each point is worth 2 cents instead of just 1. Sometimes, depending on the airline and the route, you can get even more value, 3, 4, or 5 cents per point. That's a massive upgrade compared to taking cash back. Hotels work the same way. Imagine a night at a luxury Hyatt hotel that would cost $600 in cash. If you use Hyatt points that you transferred from Chase, you might only need 25,000 points. That's about 2.4 cents per point, again more than double the value of simple cashback. The best part is that airlines and hotels often have award charts, which set fixed prices in points for certain routes or properties. When cash prices skyrocket, those fixed point prices can give you incredible value. This is especially true for international flights, business class, and high-end hotels. Another trick is to look for transfer bonuses. Sometimes banks run promotions where transferring your points gives you extra miles. For example, American Express might offer a 30% bonus when transferring to British Airways. So, instead of 50,000 points, you'd get 65,000 miles. That can mean more flights, better seats, or even an extra trip for the same amount of points. Now, Let's talk about what not to do. Some redemption options are traps that give you very poor value. One common one is using your points at checkout on Amazon or other retailers. It feels convenient, but the value per point is usually less than 1 cent, often around 0.7 or 0.8 cents. That's like throwing away a third of your rewards. Another poor option is redeeming points for merchandise, like electronics or household goods, through your bank's catalog. These almost always give you a terrible exchange rate. Unless there's a rare promotion, it's better to avoid these redemptions altogether. So how do you make sure you're getting the best deal every time? Here are a few pro tips. First, always compare the cash price of what you're booking with the points cost. If a flight is cheap in cash, sometimes it makes more sense to pay cash and save your points for a more expensive redemption. Second, try to be flexible with your travel dates. Airlines only release a limited number of award seats, and the best deals usually go to those who book early or can adjust their schedule. Third, if you have multiple cards within the same program, combine your points. For example, you can earn points on a Chase Freedom card and then move them to a Chase Sapphire card to unlock higher value transfers. Another pro tip is to focus your spending on cards that earn transferable points rather than cards tied to just one airline or hotel. Transferable points give you options and flexibility, so you can always find the best partner to maximize value. And remember, sometimes the best redemption isn't about getting the absolute highest value per point, but about using your rewards to save money on experiences that matter to you. If you can take your family on a vacation that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to afford, that's maximum value in a very real sense. To wrap things up, here's the bottom line. If you redeem your points for cashback, you'll usually get about 1 cent per point. If you use travel portals, you might get 1.25 to 1.5 cents per point. But if you transfer to airline and hotel partners, that's where the real jackpot is. You can easily get 2 to 5 cents per point, especially with business class flights, luxury hotels, and transfer bonuses. On the other hand, avoid low-value redemptions like Amazon, merchandise, or poor gift card deals. Credit card points can either be a small discount on your bill or a ticket to unforgettable travel experiences. The difference comes down to how you redeem them. With the right strategy, you can turn everyday spending into incredible value and make your points work harder for you. So the next time you're ready to redeem your points, think twice before cashing out. Ask yourself, is this the best I can do with these rewards? Because when used wisely, your points are worth much more than just pennies on the dollar.